We don't need to keep running that. So, running that. So, let's get things all set here. There we go. Get that muted. We're just normally we would be running a blown wrestling show at this time, but we just recently had our season ending premium live event, Dice Mania. So now it's time to get things ready for 2K25. So we're just going to sit back, everyone, relax, and we are going to start building some wrestlers here. So let's get right into things. All right, let's get past all of this. Got that. I don't use that stuff. March live events could care less. All right. Let's get right to things here. Let's start doing some building. And since we only got 60 odd people to do, we're going to go ahead and just start from the top and work our way down. We'll start off here with the Marshal. Out of the Weird Wild West, Rufus Combs. Wonder why that defaulted to male. Interesting. All right. As always, we're going to use we always use the generic persona here. All right. Start from the top with the face. Now let's find the one that matches. Look for Rufus here. Let's get to the top here. There we go. That's the one. All right, so okay, didn't have him that. Looks like he was about there. All right. Leave that as is. We've already got skin color, facial parts. He's got normal teeth. All right, let's see here. Brighten things. Let's scoot the face up here. Oh, not too close. All right. He is from the west, so Hank, we'll leave things the way they were. Let's take another look here. No, we're not going to go with that. Maybe something like that. And we'll do that with everybody from the west here. We're not going to take any teeth out. Oh, so you can specify the part colors. Okay. All right. Now, the facial changes. What do we want to change on here, if any? Take another look at his pick. It's be fairly normal. Not a whole lot of changes. Maybe. No, I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna leave everything the way it is. All right. Facial structures. Do we want to change? I think I'm gonna leave everything pretty much the same. All right. Body type. He's fairly medium build. Not gonna do that. He's not gonna have the super washboard abs because he's from the Wild West. They didn't have all that weightlifting and stuff going on, so maybe something fairly standard like that. We'll go with that. All right, so skin color, veins. We're not gonna have any popping veins or anything like that, so we can leave that the way it is. Hair's definitely got to change. All right, we get to the attire. All right, starting with the appearance. Now, he didn't have very long hair. No, I didn't have anything like that. But let's just do some experimenting here. Let's zoom in here. We want to be fairly close to what they would have been at the times there. Something like that would be possible. Nope. I want him to have something up there. All right, so here we go. No. In the West, so hair might have been longer, but last time we didn't have it quite so long. No, we're not doing anything like that. He's a cowboy turned marshal, so we want to find something that fits for the time period that he is here from. No. Nope, we're not going to have him do that either. No. That's a possibility. We'll come back to that one. Let's see what we come up here. That's a possibility. That's a good possibility right there. I think that's what we used last time. Let's go with that. And we're not going to have it glow. We're not going to have black light or anything like that. Nothing that crazy. Do we want any kind of a graying on him? I think that to be about like that. We had him clean shaven. Eyebrows. Keep those the same as the hair. Eyelashes I don't mess with on the guys unless there's particular need to. No lipstick. He did not have any marked scars or tattoos on his face. All right, he's gonna be fully dressed, so we're not gonna need to worry about tattoos or anything like that. So, for his clothing, on the head we had a Stetson. So where are the Stetsons at? Are they in a different section? We will find out. Here we go. Nope, wrong section. Caps. And we got some new stuff coming in here. Some stuff from some of the new characters, especially the White Six. What in the world is that? Okay, and the old standard headgear there. Okay, there's the one for Curtis Powell. That's not quite it. That doesn't quite work either. All right. That's the one we used for Bill Sanders. Was it this? No, it's not that one. Ah, there it is. There we go. It's only used for entrances. Okay, that's fine. We'll come back to that. All right, no masks, no glasses, no piercings. All right, so upper body. We had the old-fashioned flannel shirt, so we're going to go here to, let's see what the choices are. All generic, WWE branded, sleeveless, short sleeve, and long sleeve. Okay, cool. Breaks things down a little bit better. We're going to go El Generico here. Not that one, because we want that. We definitely want the Western shirt look. Right. Oh, let's stick with these. Let's go to long. It'll be in the long sleeve section, so maybe we can find it quicker this way, provided it's still available. That's not it. All right, let's keep looking. Nope, that's not it. Hey, Krellin. Oh, you did an accidental thing. Thank you very much for that subscription. Enjoy that root beer float coming your way. As we're, like I said in Discord, we're just being kind of chill tonight, and we are creating. So, as we go, feel free to contribute to the creative process here. Gonna go basically off of the looks we had before, but depending on what's available, we may make some changes. Okay, so here's Rufus. We're not going to add an image. We're going to do material here. I got 4 choice things. Okay, so we got there, there, and there. Okay, so that's going to be cloth. That's going to be cloth. That will be cloth. So material will be easy. All right, now the colors. We kind of get a generic black and whitish colors on him on here last time. So and we kind of did black squares and white everywhere else, which was white here. Same shade there. All right, let's experiment a little bit here. Okay, that's going to be kind of opposite what we had last time. So let's go there. That's similar, but not really what we had. Then up here, we kind of did a grayish brown, if I remember right. Something slightly off color. All right, that's going to be too dark. All right, let's go to here. There we go. But I don't really like that look. All right, let's come up with something different. All right, let's go. But that one I want to leave the same. All right, so should we go for something a little bit more colorful for the Marshal this time around? What do you think, Krillin? Because last year I kind of did the black and white opposites for yeah, it is throwing things off, isn't it? I wonder. Let's come back here, because there's the one that I use for Curtis. Let's maybe come back up here. There was some other. No, there's Curtis's look right there. Yeah. That really doesn't come off with the cowboy image. I got an idea. What if let's go back to here. I'm not going to change any colors for now, but then what if we put a vest over the top of it? Nope, not that one. Not afraid to make new looks for these guys. Put a vest or a waistcoat on him, as they say across the pond. If I can find something. Let's try that again. No, that's not quite. Let's try this again. No. That really is not going to go with it. All right, let's keep looking here. Nope, that's going to be underneath. It's not going to give it to me anyway because it's part of. Or it might because it's downloadable content. That would be fine if I could get rid of the black shirt part there. All right. What the heck is that? Okay, some sort of flak jacket. All right, it's not giving me that one. What could possibly poncho? Oh, vaquero instead of cowboy. That's an idea. So that would be long sleeve. Let's see what we've got here. Is there anything that we can use directly? Or do we have to go to have that part of his entrance? Okay, if that's the case, we'll go back here. Let's go ahead and we'll just take this. We're going to go ahead and change some color. We'll go ahead and change the colors up. Let's make sure. Turn all the material to cloth. So that way you got consistent coloration. Now, okay, that is. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting. That's closer, but It still gets those stretches of red there that kind of messes things up. So let's go ahead and go. Let's go back. Okay, hang on. Well, let me copy. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. That actually doesn't look bad. Let's go with that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Back up here. Yeah, let's end the paste mode here. Ah, I lost it. Okay. There we go. All right, that's not bad. And then we can combine that with a poncho maybe coming in. I like that idea. Or maybe we got one here in the jacket section. Oh, and here might be in the vest I was looking for. Might be some of the vests I was looking for earlier. Let's take a quick gander through here. Really? That's closer to what I was looking for earlier. All right, let's do some more looking here. Then we'll come back to that. No. No, not with that on the back. No. Ah, bingo. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. And back there. Okay, cool. Let's make the material here. All right, any new choices material? Cloth, vinyl, matte, satin, metallic, velour, rubber, plastic pearl, organza, leather, rainbow, glitter, glow. Okay, all of the standards there. No change there. Let's leave things default for now. All right. All right, let's try that again. All right. Copy. paste. All right, now copy, paste. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so those are both the. Hang on. So all right. If we make that the same as that up there, then we make this same color as the orange part. All right, let's go back and see what that color actually was. And then we can. All right. Okay. No, I got. He's being a marshal. He's not going to want to stand out, so I don't think we want orange. We're going to want a different color. Maybe. Leave that the same for now. What the? Okay, now it's keeping him. All right. All right, I want to come back here a second. Yeah, but the color's already there. I don't. Let's keep working with this. Let's see what we think. Okay, so that junkyard dog's chain and this chain. Okay, that's for the. Whose sponsorship is that? Okay, don't get access to that one. Okay, they don't have them there. Part of back accessories? No. Maybe it's part of belts on the bottom side. Okay. Lower. We just had him in jeans. it wouldn't be that spacious. Or maybe. Crumple like that because of the boots. Nope, that's too light. Those would taper into his boots, though. All right. Go with that. Because we have Bill Sanders carrying a gun and holster. And I don't see one here. Interesting. They must have taken it out. All right. We need cowboy boots for him. Generic WWE tall short shoes. We want El Generico here. Because Bill Sanders had spurs. I think we had the heels having spurs. And we didn't have the... And we had the faces not wearing spurs. Memory serves me correct. All right, let's go here to tall. Where are we at? Come on. Nope. That's not what we're looking for here. I am not seeing any. Okay, there's the ones we had for Bill Sanders. Nope. Okay. Do we have any others? Where are we at here? Nope. All right. So So everyone is going to have spurs. All right. So material we got there. We got the soles. We got the strap. And we got the spur. All right. So That section has to be leather, as does the bottoms and the strap. And that has to be metallic. All right, that's easy enough. Now, what shade do we want? Something in the brown section. All right, go with that. Sole, same color. The wraparound for the spur. Actually, we're gonna want to give it. Come on. Want to give it kind of a rawhide kind of look. Actually, that's going to be too yellow. Let's go up to the brown. That's actually going to be too red. Go back to the yellow. There we go. All right, and then the spur, we're going to leave it that color here. We're not going to mess with that part. All right. So that gives us decent look there. Now, back to the shirt. It looks like it's going to have some sort of red tinge base no matter what we do. Because we're still going to have that striping in there no matter what we do. I'm thinking that kind of looks better. What do you think, Krillin? I am open to input on this. Thinking that might look a little bit better. Yeah, covering over those pockets definitely helps. And I don't think that's going to be too bright a scenario there. All right, let's go with that. We're going to have a slightly new look to him this year. All right. Now, let's do his entrance attire. All right, clothing, head. We found his hat down near the bottom. No, we're not going to do that. No, let's go back. I'm going to stick with the original plan. Here we go. And we will make the hat to match what we've got on the vest. In that. All right, there we go. There we go. Now, hooded clothing. Nope. That's going to have the hood over the head, so we don't want that. Eye colored is going to be all of that stuff, so no. All right. Okay, that's going to do it. All right, so I think we just go ahead and stick there. I don't think we're going to be able to do the poncho thing was a good idea, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to have that as an option. So we've got his attire when he's in the ring and when he's coming in. All right, very good. Personal information. Here we go. Rufus. Combs. Nope. None of these people have that. I'm not going to have risk someone trying to hijack that. So, all right. Now, I don't think we got Rufus. There we go. All right, now. Take it out. Put it there. And now to the C's. Nope. All right, so do we have Marshall in here? Bingo. We didn't have a Combs. We'll just leave it as that. All right. No, we're not. All right, screen pose. It only lets me do a tire slot 1 for whatever reason. So we had him standing and looking that way. So let's see if we can find the same pose as last year. All right. That wasn't it. Nope, that's too far over. Nope, that's the wrong direction. There it is. That's the position he was in. All right. Crowd reaction cheer. Balanced cheer. Personality traits. There. Perseverant. Loyal. And on the bold side, but most of all, he is disciplined. And he was from was he Truth or Consequences was the others, so they're all from the same area. So we'll go with Albuquerque. And from what I have been told, I can create we can create our own signs this year. Okay, side plates, we're not messing with those because they never worked anyway. Okay. And we'll be setting these pretty standard anyway, so if I remember right, I had them all. Used to be named Hot Springs. It was a place where people came for TB, but then yeah, I remember the story behind that. Yeah, they named it after the game show when it came out. Actually, no, I need that at 75. Remember, I was sending everybody at. Although I may revert to whoever's. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. All right. So we got that. Save and complete. Do not upload. All right, get that saved. All right, move set. Because what it was back when Truth or Consequence was hosted by, I think it was Ralph Emery. If memory serves me correct. There's Rufus. Now his move set is Steve Austin. All right, so copy to Superstar, copy from. Either Steve Austin or Stone Cold Steve Austin. There we go. Accept. Now, I think what I'm going to do. Hang on. Let's do this again. Copy from Superstar. Does it have the attributes as well? Yeah, we're going to leave the attributes the way they were. Because I wasn't totally satisfied with some of the outcomes that happened. All right, I want to take a look at moves. I want to make sure the ones that I want are there. Signatures, that's press. That's press. Elbow drop. All right. And finisher, of course, the Stone Cold Stunner. All right. So that's what we want. Save. Save. All right. That's done. All of these things coming through there. Okay. All right. Now, we got so there's the move set. Entrance for the Superstar. Let's see if it lets me do it like I had before with the full breaking glass and everything. Because some of these things they hide behind the showcases and everything. Here we go. There we go. Let's see how we look. Looks pretty good coming in. The orange is not as bright as I thought it was going to be. I was afraid it was going to be like a Hunter's Blaze orange kind of look to it. Very good. All right, I need to turn the volume. There we go. Good. We got the stunning Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance back in. I missed him not having that. Yes. We don't need to change a thing for now because I don't have any of my screen animations and stuff like that loaded as of yet. All right, so he's good. There. Victory. Second verse, same as the first. Why is it showing? Oh, that's because I'm in this right now. I was thinking it was showing it for the entrance. Let's hit the right buttons here. Here we go. And the boots look good too. It's got the rawhide look I was hoping for. Very good. we don't need to change anything there. And with that, one down. Only about, what, 62 to go? All right, let's go to Rulem. All right, let's come back down here. Now with his, it really doesn't matter too much which face I take because most of his is covered by the helmet he has on. So let's go ahead and go with that one. All right, that works. Don't have to worry about the facial parts because we don't see. Oh, theoretical bead. That is so sad that you're doing that because that just means I have to pull out the band spatula. All right. When we last left our heroes, we were here. And I don't think we had any hair on him at all. So, all right. Body. He was a big boy. A built big boy. And again, he's mostly covered up, so it doesn't really matter. All right. Now, edit attire, appearance. I'm trying to remember if there's a bald in here at all. All right, no one's going to see that. We'll go with that. And it doesn't matter what color it is because it's going to be covered up anyway. All right. As are his eyes. And didn't have any facial hair, so he's going to be a quick one. Clothing, here we go. Let's see if we can find his headgear. There it is. Is we made pretty much everything silvery on that. Material. Okay, that's there. That's there. That's there. And that is there. All right. So, I believe we went with full metallic on everything. And we made everything okay, that's too dark. Alrighty, so probably about right there. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now it's brightening back up. Because we couldn't change that color anyway. Yeah, there we go. Very good. All right, so that takes care of that. Upper body. Now, I'm trying to remember, was this a full outfit that we had him in, or did we piece, it was this stuff that we pieced together? No, it wasn't that. No, but that's a nice looking combo. We may change the look on Roulem here. Ugh. You could come. That could almost be something to use for the Brotherhood of Cthulhu or something like that. Like if they had a manager. I don't see it, but I saw something that one earlier that I liked. Where was it? This one. It's time for a new look here for Roulem. All right, so we have there. We have there. We have there. And we have, oh, we can change the lights, making the same colors on his visor. I like that idea. All right, so this, we will go with the carbon fiber like we had before. Here, do I want to go metallic? Or do we want to do something else here? Well, metallic will be down there. We don't want cloth. Vinyl? No, not really. Matte, satin, no. Metallic is still a possibility. Velour gives you some good looks. Rubber, no. Plastic, no. Pearl. What if we did him all carbon fiber there and then we had the metal on the arms? That would be interesting. This definitely goes full metallic. And the back here is definitely going to be the glow. How bright? I think we want, let's see what it looks like. Brightened all the way up. We can always make it less bright once we test the entrance and stuff like that. All right, so colors. We had gold, silver, and blue. So what if we go all right. Let's get down here. Let's go with a blue. Maybe a sky blue. Then we can go for the silver. Same as on his helmet. No. Let us go with the gold like he had before. And then on here, we, for the arm plates, we go with the same silver that he has on his head. And then for the lights back there, all right, no, let's get some orange here. And get it as close as we can to the color he has on his helmet. All right, let's get a four pulled out. Okay, nice. Very good. Now, we don't need any elbow pads because he's got all the other stuff. We don't need anything special on his hands. Now, we just need to get him some shoes. We need some I'm a superhero, don't mess with me shoes for him. Okay, those have those aces on there, like maybe they're Shayna Baszler's or something like that. All right, what do we want here? No. Big LG. Okay. Okay, there's our boots we'll be using for Goldie later on. Okay, that's an idea to come back to. Cool, but doesn't fit his look. There we go. Now that's Kelly Slucidus. This is look. That's a kind of a wild look. There's Goldie Boots as well. All right, cool. We do have some options. All right. All right. I've always found that the shoes are one of the more difficult parts to try to come up with on here. All right. Okay, that's a little bit weird. Mid-sized boots. Whatever. There's the boots Okay, there's what we had for him, only those are without the spurs. Okay, why am I seeing them now? This is weird. All right, so anyway. All right, boots. Excuse me. No, I don't need stars and bars boots. All right. Come on, where are they at? Where are they at? There's got to be something to catch my eye here. Where are we at here? Let's head back up to those ones I saw earlier. Yeah, somewhere around here. Yeah, let's go with these. We have there, we have there, and we have there. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to make that metallic. We'll do that carbon fiber like the rest of his outfit. And here, we'll make that rubber. Now, colors. That's the color we want, same as the other metal. Is that the matching blue? Yes, it is. And then here, we'll put the gold that he's got on the rest of his outfit. All right. So, that being said, what do you think, y'all? How's this for the new look for Rulem? All right, so and his no difference between his entrance attire and the other. All right. Needs gloves? Yeah, that's right. He does need gloves, doesn't he? Whoop. All right, save that. Take care of these real quick. All right, we'll come back to that later. I took that out. That's all right. We'll come back to it. All right, we got back here to attire. Edit attire. All right. Gloves are upper body, which would be hand. Let's see. What did we have for him last time? Or what's going to look good here? Nope, that's not going to work. That on the hands for either Kellius or for one of the cyber guys. No, that was was one for the Cyber guys for sure. No, he's not Michael Jackson. Now he is based off of Goldberg, so we go for like the padded, just the padded back of the hand look. I don't want something that's going to be covering up so much of his arm. Oh, that's for the old weasel suit, isn't it? All right, let's start back here at the top. Now that I could give kind of the same metallic look. Let's take a look at some others here real quick. All right, material. We got there and there. We're going to make them both metallic. All right, now for the color. Got that. And then we go for the full silver look on the hand. No, let's go with that. All right. What do you think of that? How do you wrestle with boxing gloves? All right. All right. Let's see what it looks like from a distance there. I think that might work. What do you think, Krillin? And Wandering Silence, feel free to comment if you want as well. I'm open to all opinion here. Gold highlights? Well, let's take a look at the gold real quick, just to see. It changed everything. All right, so let's get this back. Oh, we got to change it. It's doing the whole freaking thing here. All right, metallic. Metallic. There we go. The gold's not bad. It looks nice too. All right, let's accept that. Accept it all. And now copy. I think you're right. Because you can still see a little bit of blue on the wrist, and then it goes into the other. All right. Let's run with that. All right, and now copy, paste. Yes, we want to overwrite that with this. All right, very good. Accept. Now, back here again, since it didn't save it last time, like I thought it did. Limb. Yes. No social account. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Screen pose. Screen pose we had for him was the fist, single fist up in the air. So let's go find that. Was it that one? No, because that's got him looking down. There it is. That's the one. There we go. Grad reaction cheer because he's a hero. Personality traits. Respectful. Perseverant. Big fun thing for him is going to be loyalty. Then bold. And disciplined. All right. Where did I have him from? I think he was one of those fictional locations, like Out of This World or something like that. Yeah. There we go. All right. Do not upload. All right. Wait for it to save. And now, move set. Okay. Limb. Copy from Superstar. His moveset is Goldberg. Oh, he's not in here. Okay, we're gonna have to custom build this one. Okay. Attributes will leave. We can mess. We'll leave alone. Moveset. Well, we know he was pretty much 2 moves. Spear and jackhammer. Now we just got to pick from the 30 odd spears that they're going to have in here. All right. That's the edge spear. We're going to go with this one. He lets out the big roar there. All right. And we'll give him one of the quick spears here. No, that's super kick. I don't want super kick. I want spear. Come on. We'll go with that one. All right. And then finisher. Nope, it's not going to be spear 3. It's going to be the jackhammer. All right. So all right, that takes care of him. What did it say? Did it have him listed as heavyweight or? Oh, it's light heavyweight. I got to fix that. I got to fix his weight. All right. He's not a super heavyweight. He definitely needs to be in the heavyweight class. No, it didn't save it. Okay, come on. There we go. All right. There we go. Much better. Not upload. All right. Now we just do the entrance. The hard part's going to be finding it because it won't be under Goldberg's name, so we're going to have to find it as a different title. Golden one, maybe? No. That's gold dust. All right, let's re-enter. Let's try this again. Almost an entrance? Okay. With a name like that, I've got to see what it is. Oh, that's the one that did for the back in the older, yeah, the superhero that I did for the lurker. All right. He's from the East, or is that Batista? No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Beefcake Barber. The Roberta Best Kept Secret. No. Big Bull. Nope. Big deal. Big evil bike. Nope. Big Metal, Big Texan, Black Sun, Blair Davenport, Lady Scorpion, Bludgeon Brother, Boogeyman, Bookham. P. In the Moonlight. Nope. It's not it either. Boxer. Break the Walls. Brown Breaker. Bronson. Jack. Epic Charisma. Caribbean Sensation. Carmelo. Carmelo Hayes. Catch Claws. Strongman. Let's see what it is, just so I can eliminate from others. Peter Kelly, Cha-Cha with me, Chad Gable. Nope, that's not him either. Cleaner. Cobb County Enforcer, the big boss man, in other words, Cody Rhodes. Commandant. The Coolest, Corey J, Corey Graves. Hi, David Priest. Dance Off, Dancing Superstar, Dark One, Dark Ritual, Decadence, Defeated, Dexter Loomis, Dire Intentions, Dirty Dom, The Disciple, Disco Dancer, Disruptor, Doctor is in, Doink, The Dragon, Dragon Lee, Dragon Warrior, Dream Over, Dude Love, What's Up, Champion. Okay. That might be something I can use for one of the other characters if it's not the one I'm looking for here. Nope. Not what I'm looking for. English Powerhouse, Enigmatic, Bischoff, Eric, Ethan Page, Evil Within. Here, let's right. Philam Flash. Finally here, maybe. Firefly Cultist. Good, I'll get some choices there. Foxy the Freak, Freedom Bird, Three Birds from the Heavens, Full Moon. Fully Loaded Chic. No. Funhouse Friend, Future Franchise, Generics. Bunch of generics. Genesis of Get Hype. John Glorious, Going Hard, Gold Medalist. Gold Standard might be. Nope. Because those will be Kurt Angle. That's Gold Standard there. What's Golden 1-2? Nope. Greatest, Fisherman, Gunther, Guru. Nope. Got a pinata? Okay, Happy Corbin, Happy Go Lucky, Knox, Hardcore Icon. Is a machine? Maybe. There's Hellline. Here she goes again. High Flyer. Nope. Human Suplex Machine. Hurricane. Hype Man. Mac. All right. Cruiserweight Knight Rider. Down, knockdown, pop artist. Cowboy, Broski, these cannons. Alright. Lunatic. Lethal. Mankind, Mark Coffee, Martial Artist, Breeze, Fast Destruction, Mastodon. If it's Rolly, that'd be Gary the King Lawler. Almighty Miss. Milan Miracle. Millennium Man, maybe? Mr. Boring. Model. Nope. He's looking for where they're knocking on the door for him to come in. I mean, Italia, Nathan Frazier. Not like this. One and only. That'd be Ricochet. Souls, One Man Army. Maybe. Nope. And band 102. 1%. 1-2 tray. Opportunist. Their aura. Peak Masculine. Legend Perfect One. Reckoning, maybe? Stereo. Going. Shield. Rose gold? Nope. Because they don't have them. Knocking him to a Rowdy Rebel. Roddy Piper, Roxanne Perez, Royal Flush, Rugged Mustache, Raw Hardcore, Ruthless, Zane, Paul, Scatter Supernova, Scripted, Generation Seeing Red, Seismic Activity, Seth Rollins, Shawn Michaels, Sean Spears, Shayna Baszler, She Lady, Sheamus, Shepherd and Kiwi, Shields, Lunatic, Shining Star, Shisuke, Shotzi, Show Off. 10 and 10 Connect Slam to win. Dragon. Standard Attention, Star of Arabia, Staryard Wrestler. Cold Storm Warning, Strikeout. Sound Profiling, Summer Days. Here's Superstar Billigram, Swiss Specialist 6, Tonga, Chairwoman, Boss, Crasher, Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down, Champa. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of funny. I wanted. Okay, that's not it either. Total package. Total package is Lex Luger, but they already. It's up here, so maybe it's total package. We may use rose gold for when the lady wrestler's here. I could see that for maybe Goldie. No. William Trinidad Rose, Triple H, DX, Trish Stratus, True Hollywood Story, True Paleo Twin Magic, 2 of 2, Tyler Bate, Howdy, Undertaker, Demon, Walk With Me, that's Elias, the Wandering War Machine. Wasteland Creature, that'll be a good one to look at. Welcome to the Wasteland, Becky Chu. Let's check Wrecking Crew. Yeah. That might have been Jalen's singles entrance. Nope, that's not it either. Wrestling Arts Coach, Wrestling Genius. Yes, movement. You didn't know, Zebo. May have to pick a new entrance. I'm surprised Goldberg is not in here. Let's do a quick Google search here. Because sometimes they'll have a list of ones that have been taken out. Reset entrance. God Don't give me this advertisement. They do have it in here. Supposedly. Okay. Alright, I'm going through the list here now. Let's see if I can find him in here. Medalist. Yeah, Golden 1 and 2 is Gold Dust. Golden 1 and Golden 2 are lucha oriented ones. Nope, he is not in here. All right, so we got to pick one. Now, there was one that said superhero. Let's check that out. We're going to change the music, of course. Nope, that's the one that I was using for Kimona. But I was going to change hers. Let's see how this looks for him. We got to change that music. I think this works for him. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. I was going to change kimonos anyway because I didn't like it. The new one, the one that I put on for her. All right, that works for him. All right. All right. And now Victory Superstar.
Here is your winner, Rude.
Alright, they don't have superhero in here.
Here is your winner, Rude. Here is your winner, Rude.
Alright, we'll just go with the standard for him. That'll work.
Here is your winner, Rude.
Yeah. Tag team match, yeah, whoever had it was teamed up. Yeah, that was the Divine Smite. Yeah, Jillian. Alright, now another one down. Let's do Doxel Rusabin. All right. Let's find our face. Because they have changed some of the faces in here from last year. So this is going to be a little tricky. All right, so, okay. Texture clear. Skin color is red, because he's a red tiefling. Come on. There we go. That'll work. All right. Facial parts. Okay. All right. For him, I want those down and the eyes up. Nose looks about right. As far as the head's concerned, I want to bring this down a little bit. There we go. Wrong button. There we go. Now, body. medium. Decently built. Oh, let's go back to how we want him, because he's based off of AJ Styles, who is not. He's on the lower end of heavyweight. Make him about 6 foot. That'll work. All right, now the tire, the fun part here. So, hair. His hairdo. Let's get all the way to the top. It's pretty full all around. No, wasn't that. All right, let's pull this up a little bit closer. Get the angle. No, that's not it. 'Cause it comes down on his forehead quite a bit. Not heavily styled. No, but it wasn't tight pro curl kind of thing either. No, none of those. No, it wasn't the in the eyes kind of thing. It wasn't that. All right. Let's just go with all and go from here. It was kind of like that, but not quite as long. All right, let's keep looking here. There's the Superman kiss curl. No, it's not that. That wasn't that long. No, not definitely not the Lord Fauntleroy look. That's Minion Mydalar. All right, let's try it again from the beginning. Because it's kind of combed down over his forehead. closer look here. No, it was down his back. I think that's it right there. All right. Yeah, that's it. Material, default, color was black, just like that. So we don't need to change that. All right, his eyes. Were very dark. Let's see, it was red pupil. And black sclera. Copy. Facial hair, mustache. I had that really weird mustache on him when they did that weird wraparound look. Or is it in here under sideburns? No, it's not there. Maybe it's under beard or goatee. Or did they take it out? Nope, that's not it. That's close. There it is. He had that one. All right. Here we go. Not that defined. All right. Except that now. Clothing. Head. He had the two horns. And I was here in the headgear. I think that's in the head accessories. Yeah, there's the ones he had. Material. I think I went with leather because it was the closest to match up with the skin. Yeah, there we go. All right. his was a full outfit, if I remember correctly. There's Shardakunka's. His is still there. That's good to see. Funky looks like the old Phantom from the comic strip. Nope, I gotta find it in the tops. Okay. It was in the. It's definitely long sleeves. All right, where? Hmm. All right, maybe it was sleeveless. And then I had something to go with it. At Where's it hiding? There it is. All right. Yeah. Then he had another outfit on top of it. So, material. It was light armor, so we went leather on him. Color. This part was red. And then the crisscrosses were gray, but darker. Yeah, kind of like that. All right, so that means he's got a long sleeve shirt underneath it. Okay. One of the standard long sleeve tees that I would use. Let's find it here. did not have the turtleneck. No, it didn't hook in. Might have been that one. Wasn't that one? Okay, this one. Material, same as the rest. And the color matched the stripes. And I didn't have anything fancy on his hands. No elbow pads or anything. Lower body. Okay, yeah, it had the certain symbols on them. So it definitely would have been a WWE combo. It wasn't that, but that'll work if I can't find what I'm looking for. That wasn't that. All right. Nope, wasn't those. Nope. Nope, wasn't those. Nope, not that. All right. There's the pants that we had on him, on Rulem before, or were they these? One or the other. All right, I don't see him there, but there was something else that I saw. Yeah, this. This will work. All right. We'll find out when we get. Okay. Again, leather for the leather armor. I don't see that one flashing anywhere. Unless it's that chain there. I'm not too worried about it. Leave that as it is. We'll turn that to leather as well. All right, now colors. I think I'm going to make those the same gray as everything else. Well, I don't know what it is. I'm just going to leave that alone. This will make the same red as up there. And we'll make that the same gray as the pants. There we go. All right. And now for the boots. I'm going to go from the bottom here because the more fantasy oriented stuff tends to be down towards the bottom. That actually matches look. So leather. That's the sole. Okay, it's the third is the buckles there. Okay, so we want leather shoes, leather straps, metallic there, and leather bottoms. So all right, color. We gotta make everything match. All right, there we go. All right, there's Doxel. Very good. And now copy to there. And I remember what we had him coming in wearing. It's in the high collar section here. If I can find, if they still have it. Oh, okay. It's not there. Maybe it's in the jacket section. they took it out. Okay, let's keep looking. Maybe it's under robes as well. Where is it hiding at? Do not see it. There's my wrestlers thing, but I didn't see that they had that there. I may have to do some changes in the future. I don't know. All right, nothing there. Let's come back here again and look. I do not see it in here anymore. Oh, well, there it is, right there. All right, so I got to change his hair. All right, so accept. There we go. Yeah, that's it. All right, now we got to fix his hair. All right, we got to pick out a new hairstyle. Okay, so it'll tell me if it won't go with the outfit then. All right, cool. I got to be careful. I just realized he almost looks like Sam Riegel. Hey, Tezzy. I'm doing pretty good. As you can see, I'm in the process of recreating wrestlers. Getting started on it here tonight. Working on my Tiefling Blood Hunter here. Alrighty, where are we at? Yeah, that'd be kind of bad. Because even the worst part, the more interesting thing is, in this version, they've added back where the wrestlers have microphone time. So, all right. Let's go with that. So that means I've got to go back here and change the hair on this part too. All right. All right. So it was that one. All right. So Doxel got a haircut this year. Okay. So there we go. Superstar. Doxel. Bruce. Then. Abbreviate it to Doxel. Nope. Leave that. Take that out. All right. All right. Where are we at here? Too far. There we go. Keys, chair. Respectful. Perseverant. Big thing for him is going to be bold since he's a tiefling blood hunter. Hometown is Avalon. Accept, save. All right. This part shouldn't take too long. All right, moveset. Very easy. Oh, I forgot to do his pose. I'll have to go back and do that because he's got the crossed arm thing. Moves. His move set is AJ Styles. All right, let's make sure the moves. I've got them all here. Signatures, Calf Crusher, Springboard 450 Splash, Phenomenal Forearm Styles Clash. Yep. Ooh, Spiral Tap. What's that? I'm not familiar with that one. Oh, pops them up into the Styles Clash. Okay. And then, okay. Those twisty splash things. Okay. Save. Save. All right. While we're thinking about it, back to Superstar. Edit. Personal information. We need the screen pose. Where's the crossed arm one? Is it that one? No. The hand's tucked in. But his body's turned. That one. Right? Yeah, that's the one. There we go. And now we just do the entrances and victories, and that one's done. We're making some pretty good time here. This one will be easy to find. AJ Styles. Oh, this is the new entrance music. It's the only one they got. Okay. Okay, I can see why people were not liking what the new people doing the music were doing. Can't say is I like that better than his original entrance music.
Here is your winner, Doc Rusev. Here is your winner, Doc Rusev.
Okay. All right, so that's 3 done so far. Let's try to get at least one more. Let's get his friend and tag team partner and my first D&D character when I came back into RPGs, Ben Mustaine. Alrighty. Yeah, that's his face right there. All right, so his skin color is red, but not quite as. Oh, I gotta fix the teeth on Doxel for tiefling teeth. All right. Let's see. I had him going up. Okay, so and I think I had his head bigger. Alrighty. Wrong way. There we go. Yeah. All right. There we go. And he's got wide nostrils on both sides. What? Wrong way. Wrong way. All right, so there we go. Body. He is a big guy. Okay, there we go. A tire. I may not have his head big enough. We'll see. Now, his hair was long. Yeah, that was it right there. His is black. Now him. Yeah, I had those funky eyes. There we go. And he didn't have anything else as far as facial hair or anything like that. Eyebrows were about like that. All right, clothing. Now, he had a certain Seth Rollins combo. A combination that I like to use for armor. Looking kind of stuff. Okay. That's specific for one person, so. Okay. Oh, I can't get to it. You got to do my faction in order to get it. Gee, thanks. Oh, there it is. I can do it this way instead. All right, here we go. I think. Make sure there's not another better option. I don't see it. All right, we'll do this. was metallic because I wanted it to have that armor look. And here was a red and green combination. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. There we go. Better. All right, now the second part, I need long sleeve. That one right there. And then that will be the same green. And then hands. We need the dragon arms. Okay, that is his skin. Gonna be skin, so that needs to be leather. We're gonna leave that as default. That is hands, so that'll be skin, i.e. leather. And we're gonna give him metallic claws. There we go. That's closer to his actual skin. Remember right, I made those black last time. We'll keep it that way. Same. And there we go. All right, there's the hands. There we are. We don't need to do anything else funky with the rest of his body there. Lower body. Here we want tights. No, not those. We need generic tights. And we're going to make okay, it must be like a belt area or something. Okay. I do not see where that is, but we'll just make that the same green we're going to make the rest of him. So everything blends in. All right, now his boots. We definitely want an armored boot kind of look. Classic style. No, not really. Maybe. Okay. Let's keep going here. I know there's some good fantasy boots in here somewhere. Just need to find them. And that doesn't quite fit him. All right, keep going. All right. Yeah, I had those on him. Metallic. I'll make that part leather. And those will be metallic. All right, so color. We got to keep the green going there. Go with the red there to make that stand out. Got to keep the green going there. Bring it down to closer. Not that anyone's going to notice the color of the buckles, but we'll go ahead and go red there just for grins and giggles. All right, there we go. I may do some more work with the head. I think I had the head bigger on him, but I'll play with that on my own later. Copy to here. Last when we switched to 2K24, I took the headdress off. I'm going to put a headdress back on him. This time around for the entrance, as well as do some sort of cape or something. Because there's the one that I did, I think, for Keldran. Yeah, and that's the one I had for him before. Okay, that won't work because of his hair. Okay, that's fine. material 1. That'll be metallic. Make that leather. Go leather there as well. And metallic there. Okay. Okay, where am I at again? From the beginning. Okay. That part's going to be leather. That will be leather. And then that will be metallic. Horns will make red. There we go. Complete the whole red and green combination there. We don't want hooded. We can't do that. We could do something here, maybe. No, we're not going to be able to because of the hair. All right, let's go to upper body, jackets. Again, the hair's an issue. Let's go back. Is there someone else I want to use that for? No. All right. Let's make it all leather. Okay. I want to leave that black. Yeah, there we go. And that will be his entrance look. All right. Hopefully it still all fits. And day. Mustaine. Or as I like to call it, Benda Mustaine. All right. Sort that to Ben. All right, let's get to Ben. Ben the Dragon. And I do not like the fact that I can't use their entrance look. Pains me to no end. All right, where's the John Cena? You can't see me. Hands. There it is. Nope, that's the other hand going up the other way. There it is. That's the pose. Your chair. Very prideful. He's a dragon after all. Very bold. And fairly well disciplined. Avalon. Save. And we're almost done with him. Stretch. Alrighty, so moveset. Oh, wrong. Moveset. Alright, so Benvarde de Mustaine copies from What do you mean they don't have Big E in here? Okay, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Okay. Moves. Alright, signature is definitely not that. Do they at least have his moves in here? Please let them be in here. Big splash. Otherwise known as the Dragon Dive. And then finisher, not the spear. It's going to be too far. I need all the way down for the big ending, or as he calls it, the Eldritch Slam. All right. The big ending. All right. Scroll through one more time. I wonder if Big E's entrance is even going to be in here then. I may have to pick a different one. Big ending. There we go. We'll figure out attributes later. Now, let us entrance. Ben de Mustaine. Probably not going to be there. Oh, they got it locked behind the showcase. All right, I need a good one for Ben. Who do we want to? Who's do we want to take? What does Apollo Crews look like? He's got 3 different ones in here. Want something with a little bit more energy to it. So what is he actually carrying there? If it's anything that looks like a pole arm, that'll work. Yeah, that could work. Let's see what number 3 looks like. I may want to change the music though. Although that's got the energy like what we had with the Big E entrance. Yeah, let's stick with that. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go with this. Alright, that'll work. Now we just need the victory. Superstar. Custom. Let's see if it has multiple choices for Apollo or not.
Here is your winner, Ben the Dragon. Here is your winner, Ben the Dragon.
We'll see what the other one looks like.
Here is your winner. Here is your winner, Ben the Dragon.
We'll go with this one. All right. Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 done tonight. And with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night here, I think. Let's see. Who else is on that we can do a raid to? Thank you all for coming along. Nice, calm, quiet, relaxed thing tonight. Anyone that we want to go to? Let's see. Nexus Gamer Poets is going at it. No. Let's go raid Jarl. You take care as well, Tezzy. Let's go ahead and do a quick raid to Jarl of Goats. Friend of the channel. So, we'll be with the regular schedule this coming week, with Monday being Family Night at the Emporium, where my daughter and I will be doing Lego DC Supervillains as we are working our way through the free play on that with our characters Virgil and Tori, who you see on the screen there. Then Wednesday night we'll be back with more of Baldur's Gate 3 as we are doing the Dark Urge story, doing Dark Urge of Dakin Caustic, our fun character there. Then we'll be back here on Saturday night with more building here. We'll be building wrestlers as we go throughout the week and all that as time permits, because we got to get wrestlers built. We got to create a new Diet Water arena, and we've got to get things set up for the premium live events and make belts and all that kind of stuff. So we got a bunch of building to do before we can resume with wrestling. So plus we got other things coming up. Kobold Con is next weekend as well, and doing preps for Gen Con and stuff like that. So it's going to be a little bit busy. So if you like what you see, join us on Discord. You see all the different blurbs about the different shows we have going. My Etsy page where I make DM screens and things of that nature. So you can follow what's going on there. And that, let's go ahead and raid Jarl of Goats. So until next time, everyone, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody.
It is the best Twitch channel that is secretly an old-timey ice cream parlor on either side of the Mississippi, or the Rockies. And you should hear about the specials. Monday nights is Bonnie's Bonbons, cream extravaganza with all the float sodas and sundaes you can shake a stick at. I can shake a stick at quite a lot of Sundays. But there is also a Fudge Rodin Sunday special on Tuesdays, and the famous 1, 2, 3 parfait on Wednesdays, where wrestlers meet up in the squared circle to work out their differences with some healthy wrestling-style fisticuffs. It is all good, clean fun. Hawkeye's old-time gaming emporium. Their milkshakes bring all the gamers to the yard, and their content is more exciting than any Nickelodeon. Take your horse and buggy to their address, twitch.tv/KY Hawkeye.